Good day, YouTubers, on this beautiful November day, sunshine and 60s, and we know it's not going to last for long, so I'm busy trying to get a lot of my projects done before it gets too cold outside. And, by the way, yeah, there's my baby. Just bought me an Expedition. Looks like I'll be putting it together here shortly. Got some projects I'm going to be doing on it, and I'll be doing some videos on it in the future. Now, my video today is basically going to be about how to change these seat covers around. This is my Caravan, and on this side, the seat is okay. The problem is the little latch down here where you got to pull back and recline the seat. It's broken, and I had no way to repair it. The only way to do it was to go out and buy another seat. And that's no problem. So the seat was easy to take out. A couple of bolts, actually a couple of nuts here, 15 millimeter nuts. No problem taking the seat out. Now's a good time to kind of clean up. There's another look at it. And you can see the cloth on these seats are really in good shape, and I try to stick with the same pattern. So I go out yesterday to the junkyard, and I was rushing around trying to get all the parts I could before it got dark, because it gets dark so early now, and they close a little bit earlier. Here's the seat I picked up. Great, it's got the latch here on it. It works great and everything. It's not an issue. Of course, it's got some little place in the cover there that's torn, but I can take care of that. But the seat's in really good shape. And also, here is the seat that I took out of my car, where the latch on the side is broken off. No way I could fix that. So I went out and bought another seat for $30. Great deal. So I get home. I realize the pattern is just a little different. If you look closely there, you can see it's slightly different. So I decided to just go ahead and change the seat covers, which is no big deal. So I thought I'd make a quick video on how to do that. I was always scared to death to do this, but anymore I don't care. I just dive into projects and learn about it and pass it along to you guys. So what I did, I went ahead and kind of got this seat prepped. It was pretty easy to do. You got some plastic pieces that go around it, some screws. You just kind of pop that off. And this pretty much goes for all the other seats too. Sometimes you'll have a seatbelt harness that'll run up inside your seat and come up, so you have to kind of wiggle around that and pull it through and all that, but mine was okay. Now, to get this seat cover off, it was pretty easy to do. Now, here's the seat cover I'm going to keep and use, but I'm going to stick it on this frame over here that has the good reclining lever and everything. So, basically what you got to do on these seat covers, a lot of them, some of them now have hog ties, hog clips, and you have to use pliers and so forth. I thought this one had some hog clips on it, but it doesn't. It's all plastic, which is pretty good. So you got to basically get up under here in some places and pull down and flip this around, and there's these long plastic clips that kind of hold the seat down on pieces of the seat right here, and on the side you got little places where this plastic kind of grabs it, snaps, and pulls the seat down. And on the back side, it's pretty much the same way. I'll go ahead and pull the seat cover out of the way. And on the back side of this particular seat, it's the same way. You've got this place here cut and kind of bent down, and the clips kind of clip on this and holds the seat down, and you got your plastic that kind of hides all that. Now, the back of this seat cover, it should be pretty easy to do. I just got to pop this back handle off, and my side piece here, which should be pretty easy, and this should pop off too, so we'll do that here in a few minutes. But that's off. This one here, the frame that I'm going to use, I've got the seat cover pretty much off too. I'm doing this and holding the camera at the same time, so I'll try not to move the camera around too much. But the seat covers, like I said, are in really good shape. So we'll just kind of stick this off the side. And there's a look at the bottom of the seat. Pretty simple design. It's all aluminum, by the way. They got to keep it as light as possible. And here is my new one that I'm going to stick on it. Now, if you look closely, you can see the pattern is a little different. So that's what I had to go through. Now, what I'm going to do is kind of lay this on its back like this, and just kind of start clipping all these clips, these little plastic clips, back down in here like this. Run it through. You've got to be careful, because some of these pieces are a little sharp. You might want to wear gloves if you bleed a lot. but I'm kind of used to doing this. And if you go around the side and just kind of clip all these pieces back on here like this, and pull the seat cover down, it'll go back down. And I can fix this here. This is not a big deal. I've got some stuff that'll take care of that. And there's a piece of plastic that goes over that, so you won't be able to see it. So that's how that seat cover there, the bottom of it, goes on. And I'll go ahead and put the camera down here, and I'll go ahead and put this together and give you a look at it when it's done. All right, now you can see the seat cover is all back together. Looks a lot better already. And now all I have to do is put my plastic pieces back on. And the bottom of this will pretty much be done, and next we'll go ahead and work on the back of this and take that back cover off and put it on this one, and almost be done. All right, there's a nice look at the seat. I got the cover back on, and I got all the plastic trim around it, so it looks a lot better. And you can see now the difference in the pattern between the seat and that backrest. I know, OCD or whatever. So now I'm going to take that back cover off of that seat, and we'll stick it on this, and I'll show you where some of the clips are and maybe a couple of tips, but we're just about done here, and I can stick it back in the car. All right, now I got the cover, the whole assembly actually off of the back of that seat, and it's sitting right there. I'm letting it dry a little bit. I kind of wiped it off, and now I'm taking this one off. This one, both of them actually have just some Velcro, and they have a clip down here. You unclip this and pull it through. On this side, just pull it back out like that, over there. And you just start pulling. The key is on this one is the back of this. You've got to pull this whole assembly across this frame, so you have to get your hands in there and kind of help it and slowly slide it off till you get to the top, like I'm doing here. And you got to have a little patience, so I'll set the camera up here, and you can just kind of watch me finish pulling this off. I think you can see it. There we go. And there is the entire back of the seat. Now I'm ready to go ahead and stick it on that one there. Go ahead and put the seat cover on the back of it, and I'll be just about done. One other thing is, when you're pulling it off, you gotta kind of help it across this armrest piece here. Just kind of pull the plastic or the cheap fake leather. Just kind of pull it across this here where the armrest is, and eventually slide it off to the top of it there. The armrests were just held on by these torque bits. One's the small bracket that goes in the back right here was held on by 2 torque bit screws, and this particular one was a T30. And the armrest, just about all armrests nowadays have a big torque bit screw in it, and this one was pretty big. It's let's see if I can find it here. It is a T45. So, and that's really all you got to do. Unhook the 2 brackets and pull the seat cover up across that frame. And of course, when you go to the junkyard, if you're going to get the seats, make sure you got the exact same pattern. I did not see how close those patterns were. So, but anyway, it's just about done, so I'll go ahead and slide this other backing on here, and I guess we'll just about be done. All right, there it is, all finished up. Got the back on, got the armrest on, and it's going to work perfect. And all I got to do is put on the handle right here, and now I've got a recliner. I can recline it now with no issue. So all I'm going to do now is go ahead and stick it in the car and test it out, and that'll be it. But there's the rest of the frame. So it's not too bad changing those out if you have to. It's better than buying, if your bracket is broke on your seat, and you don't want to you can't get a whole seat, and if you can find some other covers you want to put on, this is the one way to do it. You can just swap the covers, but sometimes you get lucky at junkyards and find what you need. But just want to show you guys how I did it, so I'll go ahead and stick it in the car and see how it looks. All right, there we go. Got the new seat in and everything, and the main thing that I'm happy about, I can recline it now. Check this out. I had to set the camera down. Actually do it with 2 hands, but I can recline it now, and there's the back of it. Now sometimes when you put these back in, you got to watch. If you have a lever right here that moves the seat up and down, these little tracks here sometimes will get off-centered. And you have to center these two tracks up to get them to line up in these two holes on the bottom of that housing. But other than that, it's done. I'm happy. It's good. I cleaned the seat up. One other note, sometimes if your seat is really horrible, sometimes if you can find the same car with the pattern, the seat, you sometimes can change the passenger side bottom for the driver's side bottom. I've done that in the past, but then you got to watch how the holes are cut in on the sides and all that. But that's another tip you can do. So, thought I'd just show you the old seat routine here. Looks pretty good. Now I can recline it and drive the car like a normal person. So there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody. And like I said, if you're going to do a seat, don't be afraid. Just tackle it, and can't know more, and get it right. If not, you'll learn, I guess, eventually. That's how I did. So later.